Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a really simple childhood tale from a quiet village, but it's one that packs a surprisingly profound lesson about our actions, our choices, and, well, their inevitable consequences. We are going to explore that super fine line between innocent fun and harmful deception, and we'll track the exact moment where everything changes for our main character.
But before we get into the actual story, I want you to think back for a second. Have you ever played a prank that just went a little too far? We have all been there, right? It's that moment where a joke suddenly spirals totally out of your control, the laughter stops, and you suddenly realize you've crossed a line. Keep that feeling in your mind because it's the exact relatable bridge into the narrative we are breaking down today. So, let's get right into it.
Act 1. Meet mischievous Fatima. Our story drops us right into this quaint, simple village home where we immediately see this massive contrast between two siblings. On one side, we have Fatima. She's a beautiful, innocent-looking girl, but hey, do not let that fool you. She is an absolute ball of energy, deeply playful, and she just loves to pull pranks. She's definitely the kind of kid who's always looking for the next joke. And then, on the exact opposite side of the spectrum, is her brother Abdullah. He is entirely different. He's quiet, studious, and he just loves finding a peaceful spot in the courtyard to sit and read his religious books. You can kind of already feel the tension building, right? Abdullah's peaceful, super focused reading is literally the absolute perfect, most tempting target for Fatima's disruptive energy.
Act 2. The Toy Lizard Prank.
So, one lovely day, Abdullah is doing what he does best. He's sitting peacefully in the courtyard, deeply engrossed in his book. Fatima sees this and thinks, you know, today is the day I'm going to have some fun. Giving him a good scare is going to be hilarious. And here is her plan, step by step. Step 1. She quietly sneaks off and grabs a toy lizard. Step 2. Moving as silently as a ninja, she creeps up to her completely oblivious brother and carefully places that rubbery little lizard right on the pages of his open book. And then, step 3, she darts behind a nearby wall, takes cover, and just eagerly waits for the explosion of panic.
And boom, the trap is sprung. Abdullah looks down, his eyes go completely wide, and he lets out a massive scream. Ah! A lizard! From behind the wall, Fatima completely loses it. She is cracking up, laughing uncontrollably at her brother's sheer terror. I mean, the prank worked perfectly. But her laughter is immediately cut short because all that screaming brings their mother rushing into the courtyard, demanding to know what on earth is going on.
Now this right here is the critical turning point. It's where a joke becomes something else entirely, the deception. Confronted by her mother's questions, Fatima has a real choice to make. She could just own up to it, say it was a joke and apologize. But instead, she puts on this perfectly innocent face and tells a blatant lie. She says, "Mom, I didn't do anything. It must have just crawled there on its own." Her mother looks at her in absolute surprise. And Abdullah? Well, Abdullah just stays silent, but he is glaring right at her. Because he knows it was her, and he knows she is lying. That innocent prank has now officially crossed a dark boundary into dishonesty.
Act 3. The Midnight Scare.
The day finally ends. And as night falls over the simple village house, the air is just thick with the unresolved tension of Fatima's lie. In the absolute dead of night, the silence of the house is broken. Fatima wakes up in her room. She hears this faint, incredibly creepy rustling sound. She looks around in the dark, her heart pounding in her chest, and suddenly she sees it. Right there on her bedroom wall is a real lizard. Talk about instant karmic retribution, right? Fatima is absolutely terrified. She experiences the exact same sudden, heart-stopping shock she forced upon her brother earlier that day, and she screams at the top of her lungs for her mother, waking up the entire house.
Resolution: a lesson in honesty.
When Fatima screams, her mother actually doesn't come rushing in to punish her. Instead, she rushes in to comfort her panicked daughter. Once Fatima is finally calmed down, her mother delivers this beautiful, firm, yet deeply comforting piece of wisdom. She says, "When you scare others, sometimes Allah teaches you a lesson." The mother helps Fatima connect the dots. The intense fear she is feeling right now in the middle of the night, that is exactly how she made her brother feel. The universe has a way of reflecting our actions back at us so that we can truly understand their impact on other people. And really, this is the thematic core of the entire narrative.
From this single event, Fatima's character transforms rapidly. It's basically a timeline. Step 1, pulling the prank and telling the lie. Step 2, experiencing the real scare that night, and that's where everything changes. For step 3, she immediately bursts into tears and begs her mother for forgiveness, admitting everything. She then turns to Abdullah, apologizing deeply to her brother and promising to never lie again. Abdullah, showing incredible grace, just gives her a hug. And finally, step 4. She completely replaces her disruptive mischief with good deeds. The source material actually notes she begins helping everyone around the house. She listens attentively to the Quran, and she dedicates herself to keeping everyone happy through positive actions, not mean pranks.
The ultimate moral. As we take a step back from this simple village story, we can see it holds incredible, universally applicable wisdom for all of us, no matter our age. First up, mischief absolutely must have limits. Having fun is great, but the moment your fun causes someone else genuine distress, well, it's no longer a joke. Second, lying always ends badly. The stress of maintaining a deception is just exhausting, and as Fatima learned firsthand, the truth always has a way of catching up to you. And finally, the ultimate takeaway, truth brings respect and inner peace. Notice how the tension in the house instantly evaporated the moment Fatima confessed? Honesty brought her brother's embrace, her mother's forgiveness, and honestly, a much more peaceful night's sleep.
So what lesson did your childhood mistakes teach you? Fatima's story is just a beautiful reminder that our mistakes don't define us. They're really just stepping stones to becoming better, more honest versions of ourselves. I want you to think about a mistake you made growing up and the lifelong value of the truth it revealed to you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and I will see you next time.